Well, hello all my beautiful friends out there in YouTube land, and welcome back to the Hewett Homestead. Well guys, today I just wanted to do a little catching up with you because it's been a while since we've been posting videos regularly, and we've decided that we're going to get back to it because we miss you guys, we love you guys, and well, things are changing around here, and we've got a new goal, a new plan, a new direction, and we are about to get busy. And we just want to make sure that we bring you guys along with us for the ride. But you know guys, I had an epiphany a couple of weeks ago as I sat down and I was just happened to be watching some of my old videos, which I don't really do, but for some reason that night I was doing that. And I realized it's been almost 2 years since we started our YouTube channel and since I started making videos. And man, to go back and watch my kids and to see how young they were and to see, you know, some of the funny things that they would do, and it just sat back and just laughed and smiled, and it just warmed my heart. And you know, I don't want to miss out on that. I really like having those videos on YouTube that I can go back to anytime and just you know, re-enjoy my past with my kids and my family and my wife. It's just a lot of fun. So we are on quite a journey. We have sat back, we have reevaluated where we are in life, where we want to go in life, and the plan, and we've drawn out a plan of attack to get us there. And so today, as I kind of welcome you back, and if you're new, reintroduce you to us, the Hewetts and the Hewett Homestead, then I want to walk you through a few things that we're gonna, the plan, where we're gonna go, how we're gonna get there, and show you some of the things that are going on around here now, and some of the things we've done while we've been gone. Also, if you haven't noticed, if you didn't watch our last video, that was of the vacation we took last August. Kian did all of that editing. Kian is my son, he's my 12-year-old son. He did all of that editing by himself, and I was super impressed, and I just love it. And I hope you guys go back and watch that, give it the thumbs up, and I hope you like it. It wasn't really videoed when I was there, when we were having our vacation. I wasn't really taking video with the thoughts of vlogging it, so it was just kind of hodgepodge clips here and there, but he really, you know, he turned it into something pretty nice. So go check it out. Okay guys, so I'm starting this video in my backyard out here by the river, and I just want to quickly take you through what we have, you know, me and my wife have sat down, we've talked, we've been talking for months, and really just formulating our dreams, our passions, our desires, and where we want to see our family go from here. Just really, and then we really established a plan on how we want to get there. And some of that starts with making major changes here in the backyard, but I'll get to that in a second. So basically, guys and gals, what we have decided is that, you know what, we love it here, and as long as we're here, we want to enjoy it, but we both know that we are not going to be here forever. We do both want to get out to the country. Oh, that's a pretty bird. We do both want to get out to the country. We want to have a farm. We want to have some very large piece of land, and we want to farm it. And we want to have a place where hopefully our kids, when they grow up and get married, will bring their spouses back, and that we can all have homes on the same piece of property, and we can all grow, and they can grow old together there with us, and they can have their children, our grandchildren there, and we can just really have a fantastic family estate kind of setting. So yeah, we're looking like 100 acres or more if possible. We feel like that's what the Lord wants us to do, and so that's what we're going to go for. We want to raise our beef and our chicken and our eggs, and not only for us but for resale, so that we can have some supplemental income coming in from the farm. 10 years from now, if we're in a position, I could retire from my current job, which is, you know, working with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office here in Jacksonville, Florida. I could retire in 10 years. I'll be 50 years old, and I'll have a guaranteed retirement pension check coming in every month, And if we could just supplement that a little bit from the farm, then we could continue to get the farm paid off, be debt-free. We will be in a really good position for the rest of our lives. So that being said, we have outlined a 5 to 8 year plan that is going to get this place fixed up so that A, we can enjoy it with our family, and B, when the market is right, we can sell it and make enough money off of it so that hopefully we can purchase our land and build our house debt-free. But if not debt-free, we won't have to borrow that much money, and then we can get that paid off quickly in another 5 or 6 years. All right, so basically what we got to do to really make this property pop and make it the best it can be are several things. I'm about to walk you through those. Now, that being said, keep in mind, I'm living in Jacksonville, Florida. We're a good-sized town with a lot of water and a lot of rivers, a lot of beaches, a lot of lakes. I mean, waterfront property is prime real estate, unless you live where I live. Our section of town is kind of northwest corner of Jacksonville, and it's just an older part of town. I mean, like, my house was built in 1910. Most of the houses up and down my street were like from the 1930s and 40s. Smaller, older. A lot of them have not been kept up. They're run down. You go a little bit south of us on the other side of the river. Now, things on the river have maintained an okay property value, but just on the other side of them, those houses over there, if you just go right on the other side of the street that they live on, you're talking $60,000, $70,000 old 1950s, 1960s homes, 3-bedroom, 1-bath kind of thing. So anyways, most of the other waterfront property in this town or around Jacksonville, you're talking several hundred thousands of dollars for just a small lot and just a small empty lot on the river. So, but we're nowhere near that. Zillow says our home is worth like $180,000 for 2 acres of waterfront property. Well, I see what they're saying. Look what we've got. So there's the river, and it's beautiful, and it's high tide right now, and last night was a full moon. So we have a full moon, high tide, and look at my land. See the river? It comes up onto my high ground. So this portion of my yard back here by the river, and of course occasionally you get trash from the river blows up in your yard, like that trash can right there. I don't know where that came from. It just appeared. So you see how the water is coming in. So this is a channel, this is an old channel on the side of my property that over the years is filled in with marsh grass. I mean, it was filled in before we bought this place 13 years ago. But see how the water comes up into the yard. So now we're high and dry over here, but this is literally probably 4 to 6 inches higher than this over here. I mean, that's why also, if you go back and watch our old videos from last year's hurricane, that you'll see how high the water was back here. I mean, where I was standing right now, it would have been up to my knees. It was pretty crazy. A good 2 feet of water covering this ground. So anyways, back here in the back, obviously it's pretty apparent what we need to do. We need to bring in a whole bunch of dirt. We want to bring in a ton of dirt. Now, this is a large area of land, but I want to bring it all up, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, maybe more if I can. I mean, because the hurricane water surge was at least 2 feet high back here. So I would like to bring it up at least 2 feet back here. And basically, as you see, I've got about almost an entire football field worth of land I got to bring 2 feet up. I'm going to need 40, 50 loads of dirt. Now, that's going to be a lot of money. But slowly over time, we're going to do it and knock it out and bring it in. You see, I've been doing a lot of work on my bushes. The bushes I'm about to show you here in a minute. Been bringing all these clippings back here and burning them off. Now you see, now we're up here at the head of this channel. That was a boat that blew up here in the yard a couple years ago during a storm. Well, and it's full of mud and muck, and I just ain't had a chance to get it out. Now these tires and trash and stuff, this stuff's been here since we bought this property. All I've really done back here is add some of this concrete block back here to try to stop any more erosion from happening. But you see, I mean, it makes for a pretty view. It's just low. So we want to build all this land up here, right? All the way up to the pond, which you see is covered in duckweed right now. That's a whole nother project. Maybe we're going to try to put some fountains out there, maybe just some solar powered ones just to keep the water circulating and hopefully keep that from getting all that duckweed built up in it. So yeah, that's a big project. Now you see all of these trees. Stepped in a hole. See all these trees coming on this property fence line here? I've talked to my neighbor and he's ready to get rid of most of them too, because most of them, there's a lot of them where they're growing in bunches like this and they're twisted and mangled, and they're never really going to be healthy, pretty trees. A lot of them are ficus trees and camphor trees. There's a couple of taller, more mature, straight oaks and maples that we'll keep. I think we're going to keep like this one here and this one on the left-hand side because they're growing straight. And if we take out all the other twisted ones around it, they'll have more room, more sun. Like this tree right here. See this tree? Right here. Okay, it's split at the base. Okay, it's a pretty mature tree, right? It's just like a camphor tree. It's like a weed that has grown for so long. It's as big as a tree, but it's not even really a tree. All right, so a lot of these little things, we're going to keep these really big, majestic ones. A lot of these little twisted trees like this that come out at an angle. It's just, they're never going to amount to anything. And so we're going to cut them back. Nope, there's the doggies. Yeah, puppy dogs. All right. You guys will remember this area. This was one of last year's gardens. You can see it's all covered with, well, a little bit of everything. A lot of weeds, a little bit of grass. These are my kumquat trees. They did pretty good this year. And been getting a lot of kumquats. Now this area over here, this is where my other garden was. This whole area right here was all wood chip garden. You see where it's, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's a little bit higher than the surrounding areas. That's because for a couple of years I was piling up wood chips there. So now I still got my fig, still got my plum tree. So what we're going to do back here, in line with keeping our projects focused on increasing resale value and not so much on having the most functional homestead right now, we are going to focus on getting some more fruit trees in, maybe some more citrus, some more plum, and whatever else we think we can grow around here. And I may do some raised beds on this fence line back here, on this property line, and do some raised beds with some perennial type plants that are going to be lower maintenance and come back year after year without me doing a whole lot to them. Sun's out, guns out. All right, so over here we've got our citrus, we've got our orange tree, we've got our tangerine tree, and we've got our lime tree. And this is where we're going to be doing a lot more work here. Some of these trees have got to be limbed way back. These leatherleaf viburnum have got to be topped off, and we've got to bring back the healthiness of this hedge wall here so that it is once again a beautiful hedge wall, because it has gotten very overgrown up top over the years, which puts most of the hedges underneath in shade, and so as you can see, it's very, very sparse and see-through down here. There's been times when we've topped this off and it really promotes growth down bottom, and we've got a solid wall of greenery, and it's really, really beautiful. Here in the backyard, some of the things that we've done and changed is, of course, it's not really dressed up right now and looking fantastic, but you can still get the point. So we've kind of created a playtime oasis for our kids, right? So as you can see, we've got a new trampoline. We've got all this area, wood chip area. I don't know if you see those old railroad ties over there. That's actually we we've got a horseshoe stake and horseshoes over there, and we'll set that up. We'll play horseshoes from time to time. And then we've got all this area over here. We brought in wood chips. We've really just made a really nice large area of wood chips. Big swing set for big kids, little swing set for little kids. And then over here on the other side of the back of the house, we've got sitting areas. We've got a patio. If you remember, this is where we used to keep the rabbits. Well, we've let them go and turned this into a patio. And there's a lot of ideas we've had for this little space. We're still kind of contemplating what we want to do. I do have a nice smoker / grill, but I wouldn't mind to see us put in some kind of like permanent like fireplace, outdoor fireplace. If you have any other ideas for what we could do around this area to decorate it, make it look really nice, go ahead and leave those comments. Leave us a comment. Let us know. We're totally open to ideas. We do not have any chickens going on right now because they are counterproductive to keeping the house and the yard nice, because they like to poop on your concrete. So right, we still have our chicken coop. But just no chickens. So that's a lot of the work that we've got to do on the outside of the house. And as a lot of you might remember, we still have a lot of work we want to do to the actual house. We want to re-roof it, metal roof. We want to put in a driveway. We want to finish it, completing the finishing of our garage, turning that into a multi-purpose room, along with redoing our bathrooms. We've got to redo our kitchen. So we're basically going to have a brand new house inside and out, and then really have this yard just poppin' and beautiful and usable. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you. Stay tuned and for more videos. And if you hadn't, subscribe and like this one, and go check out Kian's video that he did on about our vacation. I'll probably get him to go ahead and edit this one too. So if you're watching this, it's probably been edited by a 12-year-old. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.